This house in Oklahoma is $650 per month. It has 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, a parking spot, a little yard, absolutely everything you actually need. And today, I'm gonna give you guys a full house tour of what 650 bucks actually gets you here. Now, why exactly am I making a video about Oklahoma? A lot of people say, I wouldn't live there. There are tornadoes, it's hot, it's cold, this and that. But the truth is, guys, when I think about it, in America, the only states are not just New York, California, Florida, and Texas. Those places tend to be very, very expensive to live. So if you're able to make a decent amount of money and then live a good life, the answer is I'd rather this 10 times. And I just got back from New York. And in New York, literally, I was spending hours looking for parking in a very small space, and they were paying about $3,000 for 2 bedrooms. And to buy a house, it's like over $500,000. A home like this might cost you $100,000, $150K, even less, depending on how much you actually get it for and the condition it's actually in. This home to me is in pretty good condition. Come inside. You want to lock that door quickly. And here's one thing I don't like, okay? There are a lot of flies. But do I prefer to keep the door closed or have to deal with flies or live somewhere else? The answer is I don't care. Even in New York, there are flies. In Dominican Republic, there are flies. It's not a big deal. Now over here, what we actually have here is the living room space. As you can actually tell, it is old-fashioned. But honestly, old-fashioned kind of works. I've never sat on a lazy boy before. These are lazy boys, or what they call them, and they are super, super comfortable. And it's basically all you need. One thing I've learned, guys, that the smaller the house is, the better it is. It's less cleaning, less maintenance, less things to actually worry about. Now you're probably wondering, Tommy, well, what about the water? Do you drink the water here in Oklahoma? The answer is I don't drink the water anywhere. That's just me, because one time I got sick in Mexico and I can't deal with it, okay? So over here, what we actually have is our collection of water bottles, okay? This is spring water. We pay about $1.30 for it. I don't have a filter or anything like that. I'm not gonna be staying here for my whole life, so that probably is not the best investment right now, but I just prefer this. So we spent quite a bit of money here, but there are people that have, for example, filters, or there might be people out there, I haven't met one, that actually just drink straight from the tap. And that's okay, but I just can't deal with that, okay? In here, we do have hot water, we have everything we absolutely need, and we have something that in most places like New York, most people do not have. And over here, we have, my friends, let me turn this on here, a washer and dryer area. And yes, the house has AC built in. It also has a heating system. It has everything you need. But this is awesome, okay? Because it means you don't have to go to a laundry room or to get your laundry done or any of that stuff. This is great to actually have. Now, okay, I'm gonna leave that open for now. Now over here, what we actually have is the kitchen. As you can see, you have everything you need. You have a dishwasher, you have a stove, a fridge. Now, a lot of people tell me, Tommy, I just wouldn't live in Oklahoma. And I ask them, why? Well, I like the city. And you ask them, well, what do you like about the city? Well, there are restaurants. Well, there are restaurants here. Well, there's grocery stores. Well, there are grocery stores here. I don't really see a modern convenience that people have that you don't get here. And yes, we also do have Amazon Prime, and packages do arrive in 2 days. It's not a big deal. Actually, right here, there is evidence, okay? We got a package today, all right? So you have everything you absolutely need here. Now, let me show you guys the bedrooms, okay? Or should I show them the bathroom first? Bedrooms, right? Yeah, bedrooms. All right, so over here, again, this is not a massive house at all. Living room over there, kitchen over there. Now we're entering where you actually have the room area, okay? I'm gonna show you guys the bathroom first. I changed my mind, okay? It's a very normal bathroom, a little bit more light. Nothing fancy. You have a sink. And this sink, honestly, now that I kind of think about it, is massive. This is a massive thing. And you might say, Tommy, it's not a massive sink, it's a normal sink. What are you talking about? The answer is, in New York, for example, you might get like a smaller sink. Even our sink in Dominican Republic is smaller, if I'm not mistaken. And you also have a cabinet area. These are just things, living conditions that I 10 times more prefer than being in a fancy state like California or New York. And you save a lot of money too. You have the toilet, you know what that's for, and you also have a shower, you know what that's for. But the main thing is we also do have hot water and cold water. Those are the modern conveniences you actually have. Now, I want to answer a question. Tommy, but aren't there tornadoes in Oklahoma? The answer is yes. And so far, I've spoken to a few locals. And here is the story, okay? One local told me, yes, there are tornadoes. I've seen one in my lifetime that actually did some damage. I spoke to somebody else and said, hey, I've seen a lot of them, but they really haven't done anything to me at all. The point is, whether you live in Dominican Republic, there are hurricanes, not a big deal. Live in California, there are earthquakes. Live in New York, there are snowstorms. It's just what happens. But here, if there were tornadoes every other weekend and people's houses being blown apart, the answer is people would not be living here. As you can see, this is a very normal bedroom. It's not massive, it's not giant, but it's very comfortable. And you do have, if I'm not mistaken, a full-size bed here. Looks almost like a queen bed, honestly. But if you do have kids, for example, a room like this could easily fit 2 bunk beds over there and 2 bunk beds over here. You can have as many kids as you actually want. Doesn't matter. They even sleep on the floor. But one thing I will say, in New York, we have 2 bedrooms at my mom's place. And one of the rooms, I think it's a tiny bit bigger than this one. But one main thing is the smallest bedroom is almost a size a little bit bigger than that bathroom. Because you're not going to get a lot of size when you're looking at New York. Now, let's check out the second bedroom. And over here, we actually have a guest. So we have to be very quiet and quick, okay? That over there is my little baby girl, okay? So let's be quiet. But as you can see, this one, I think it's a smudge bigger than the other one because we have all this space between the bed, and the bed is also a full-size bed. You also do have a closet area over here. Did that one have a closet area too? That one also has a closet area, and you have windows. You pretty have everything you need. And you also have a ceiling fan. Now, there is one thing, okay? Here in Oklahoma, people do not make that much money. And here's one thing I noticed, okay? Do I rather live in New York and make $60,000 or $80K or $100,000 over there, or make $50K over here in Oklahoma? The answer is, honestly, I'd rather live in Oklahoma, make $50,000 and live a much better life. I also want to say something, okay? For some reason, these days, people are scared of moving. I don't know why. They're scared of immigrating. I don't know why. When you think about it, everyone here that's in America, aside from the Indians, well, everyone here immigrated from somewhere. And people tend to immigrate when they're actually looking for better circumstances. So if I were living in New York and life was costing me a ton of money, a ton of work, parking is terrible, everything's not that great, honestly, the answer is I would not be not trying to move. I would be open to it, okay? Now, I'm gonna show you guys the yard in a second. The yard is not big. It's not massive. You're gonna get a decent amount of yard, okay? Let me just move this over here. As you guys can see, this is a real video, man. It's one take. We're showing you things how it actually is, okay? Over here, we actually have a small yard, as you can actually tell. Over here, you have the AC unit, which is over there. And over here, if you come over here, you want to close that door, yeah. Close that door because we don't want flies in the house. But over here, you have another little extension. I mean, this right here, you could probably fit, I don't know, probably like 3, 4 cars if you actually wanted to. You can put a pool here if you want to. There is just a lot more things you could do here, and your money goes so far. The medium salary here in Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken, is about $33,000. I've already met some people that what they do is they work from home in other states and they make 40, 50, maybe $60,000, and that gets them a lot more here in Oklahoma. Now over here, we actually have another home, as you can actually tell. And this home, if I'm not mistaken, it's abandoned. It should be up for sale, but you can buy homes like these for 30,000, 50K, put some money in it, and then boom, all of a sudden you own a home and you don't owe anyone any money. Now, someone made a comment not too long ago on my last video about Oklahoma, and they said, well, people over there live in trailers. It's true. People do live in trailers over here. But there's something I've noticed. A lot of people, what they do is, well, they live in a trailer, they buy a piece of land, they build out their homes, and a lot of people build their own homes, which is absolutely crazy. They build their own homes, and in the meantime, they're in a trailer. But once in a year or 2 years or 3 years, well, they move into their homes and they don't have to worry about a $3,000, $4,000, $6,000 mortgage. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this over here is also part of this property, okay? So imagine that, okay? You have this, and if you can negotiate with the owner, you can also have this, which is basically 2 lots, potentially. That's like me kind of wondering, maybe, right? But I'm not sure. But the point is that $650 here in Oklahoma gets you absolutely everything you need. I almost forgot. If you're wondering, Tommy, where the heck is this house for $650? The answer is Oklahoma, the medium rent is about $1,000 to $1,100. So there are many homes here for a decent amount of money. But this home is specifically located in a small town. This used to be an oil town. Businesses were here, a lot of jobs, but once the wells dried up, well, businesses left and so did a lot of people. So if you're able to find a small town with good people, a good community, and where things aren't really far, everything here is about a 25 to a 30-minute drive. That's really what you're going to be traveling to get the things you actually need. There are gyms in the area, there's TV, there's no big deal. You have everything you need. And no, there is not a tornado every weekend. It's good. But guys, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you guys are interested in more videos like these, let me know in the comments down below. Am I moving to Oklahoma? The answer is no, but I'm here in Oklahoma right now, and it's great. Thanks for watching. Peace.